Hey, I'm in traffic, so I was like, well, I'll go live for Temple Tuesday since I'm in traffic, but it really limits what I'm actually going to do for Temple Tuesday, which will be on YouTube, which is reading two very important articles on sustainability and supply chain and who it actually affects when it comes to coffee and raw materials like that. I work in supply chain, and a lot of time we really value things that are like fair trade, organic, non-GMO, data transparency. But we don't think about the actual farmers and the actual people on the land and what that means for them to be able to be regulated by these companies that have to certify you that you're organic, you're fair trade, you're non-GMO, the loopholes, the paperwork, the technocracy that you have to go through, and then that's losing livelihood for small farmers that might be sustainable or might actually need that capital. It basically removes them from the table. And then it gives big corporations that are able to slap that label on their products more game, more real estate in natural foods, in non-GMO foods, in organic, and, all that type of shit. When really we would want to be buying from the small family-owned farms. Right now, most farms in America are corporate-owned. Right now, most foreign farms are corporate-owned seeds, corporate-owned water, corporate-owned machinery, corporate-owned workers, corporate-owned. You know what I'm saying? So it's really important. And it's not the easiest thing because even right in the city I'm from, Oakland, California, there are a lot of food deserts, meaning access to healthy and sustainable food is not within public transportation reach. So making the decision to support local farmers is the best option to make sure that we keep food sovereignty established. And the best way to do that is easy. Sign up for a CSA box, I believe it's called, and that's when farmers ship directly to your house straight from their farm. You're supporting them directly. Or go to your local farmers market, and right now if you have EBT, most farmers markets double your spending. So let's say you have $100 of EBT a month. At the local farmers market, it will count as $200. And that's how you can make sure that we stay food sovereign and have control over our food. It's funny because that's not really what the article is about, but that is something very important to know. And shout out to Brian Terry. I think it's still on my page, a beautiful excerpt about him talking about food sovereignty and what a food community really looks like. What else? You can even think about nowadays, even me, we go to the cafes, we ask for oat milk, almond milk, soy milk alternatives, thinking it's more green friendly, more sustainable, more healthy for you. But I also came across an article talking about how that shit is worse for you than milk almost. But they also did say milk ain't the best for you, but they also said almonds. It was like something crazy, like 90% of the world's almonds are grown in California. And that nut takes so much water to produce. In California, I was just at Lake Kashuma. It was dry as hell. Not a lake at all. Looking like a desert. California is in severe drought. So we're going to these cafes and we're going to the grocery store getting almond milk. And we're making our situation worse. Isn't that funny? It's just, that's why I really love what I went to school for, the industry I work in, supply chain, because the process of raw materials is the actual key to being a world player on this stage. And something I learned today is that coffee is still a commodity. Coffee is a currency. That means, I know y'all like to stack up on silver and gold. That means if trading collapses, you can pull up with coffee beans, and it will be a currency. And not even will be, it's currently a currency. So you can literally pay a loan, pay a debt with coffee beans, period. Pull up, ship coffee beans to the person you owe the money to right now. Coffee is a commodity, it's currency right now. So the thing about YouTube, you can't go live from your phone unless you have a certain amount of followers. So that really limits me. I love this. This is probiotic root beer. I just went grocery shopping at Mandela Grocery. My Tensions are there. Shout out to them. Supporting local co-ops, black-owned business. And I bought some groceries, but I bought this probiotic root beer. I love this with reishi mushrooms, turkey tail chaga. That's all.